You are now tuned into the Chronicles of Guero Fantasma.
Welcome, everyone, to the podcast, The Chronicles of Guero Fantasma. Here's another good episode that we're going to be recording for the books. It's gonna fall under the dopamine overdose genre. It's just some thoughts that I had this past weekend. Was pretty nice. Got to see a lot of old friends, and I also got to see some people from my past, and that got me thinking a lot about certain things, and I wanted to share that because it's just different. I think I've had a different perspective as time has gone on, and I've become this older person. I constantly reevaluate myself and look at myself and think, wow, dude, you're getting old. And with age usually comes wisdom. If we learn from the things from our past, if we learn from our mistakes, and it's nice. It's good to resonate. Let those things sit. It's good to sit in the stew of it all. And that's something I wanted to share. I wanted to say that, share these thoughts that I had. I wrote some of them down, so it's gonna it's gonna seem like I might be reading some of this, which I am. And then also I'm gonna be kind of expounding on some of it as well. So I thought of people that we all go through certain things. I think as we're younger, even as we get older, we go through certain experiences that kind of change us, kind of turn us different, right? Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But we can't let those situations mold us for the worst. We can't let that happen. Listen, it might be happening to you right now, but something I wanted to share. I saw some people from my past. I saw people that were I don't want to give too much away. I want to say a lot, but also not giving too much away. People that were very, very close to me will say that. One person specifically will say that. And kind of what I was thinking was, we can't let those past experiences turn into personality traits. And by that I mean, feelings are meant to be had and to be passed on. They're feelings. They're not something that we should really stew in too much. If we focus on the past too much, you realize that it really clutters the brain and takes up so much space that we don't really have much. I kind of came to the conclusion that, that phrase that most people, you hear a lot of people use this phrase. I've even used it before. Well, I'm this way because of this past thing that I went through. And when you really look at that, you're giving that thing that happened to you so much power. And it's now controlling your ability to enjoy or even have new experiences. Right? So the more you realize that everyone has a thing, or more than you realize it, the more you realize that we're not so different, right? We think we all have a thing like that, even though we may not realize it. Maybe it's just shaped us, and we haven't really stepped back to see that it was that thing that shaped us, right? We know we've all been through things. Sometimes some of us choose not to focus or even revisit those things, so we can't really assess why we are the way we are, right? So it's actually our ability to not let that thing, it's in our ability to not let that thing hold us back anymore. But we can always carry the lesson, right, into our life moving further. So you have to understand that without hardship, there is no way to prove our strength. And if we focus on that, it's kind of like a deadlift, right? What better person to be telling you it's like a deadlift than the deadlift man himself? It's like a deadlift PR, you know? You'll never know what you can handle unless you load up that bar and try it. Now, with life, it's a little different. Life is actually the one that loads up that bar for us. Sometimes we have no idea how much weight's on that bar because we've never lifted it before. But once we do, then we're able to see. Then we're able to see the strength we have. Right? It's going through those experiences that actually give us the confidence and prove to ourselves yet another victory. Experiences will continue to flow, right? Things continue to happen to us. A lot of times when we least expect it, or when we're really hoping that, oh gosh, not something else, you know. But you gotta understand, you gotta take that for what it is and the good in it. You know, we got through it. Hey, I've been through this, I've been through that. This new thing that I'm dealing with is just another thing. Now watch me get through it. It's gonna be tough, but I know what I'm capable of. I've seen myself work. I've seen myself get through it. Yeah, it wasn't always easy, but we got through it, right? I think there's a beauty in risk, you know, not only the chance for it to be great, but also the possibility for it all to go south on you. There's a beauty in the trust we give the entire experience without holding anything back. I think sometimes we give it a shot and it goes south and we immediately give it up after that one experience and say, you know what, I can't ever go through that again. That hurt, that pain, it's all part of the human experience when you really think about it. I mean, you can hate all the bad, but if you only want the good, and all there is potential for good, you know, sometimes I think there's because there is a potential and a chance for it to be bad, that the good is worth more. Its value is more when it is good. And even if it is bad for a little bit, it's okay. I can get it back to being good, you know? Or it will. You're holding out for it to turn around and become good again. You know, those things are a part of the human experience. And being able to think and recall that pain, this was something that really got me. When we go through those things, like really, really tough times, being part of the human experience, being able to recall that pain when we see someone in that pain today, whether it be, you know, not the best relationship with our parents, divorce, failed relationships, whatever it is, an unfaithful mate, whatever it is. Think about that for a second. Being able to recall that pain, once we see someone else in that pain today, we hear they're going through something. We went through the same thing previously. Now, we're able to help them. We're able to make ourselves available and completely understand that person, the way they feel, and authentically assist them. This also got me here that the motives are important, right? People's motives and their hope that things get better for you. But when that is accompanied with the experience, that comfort is truly healing. When somebody wants things to be better for you, but then you also see or hear or know that they went through the same thing, it's different. It's that comfort is truly healing. Like you can see the concern in someone else's eyes. So much that you almost see it return to them for a brief moment, just so they can be there for you the way they needed someone to be there for them when they went through that same exact experience. Imagine that we can be that comfort for someone. Everybody goes through certain things, and the beauty behind the pain, one of the aspects, is not only that we can prove to ourselves that we can get through it, but imagine being able to assist someone the way you wish you could have had someone assist you in your time of need. Being loving and caring to people, that's beauty. That's the beauty of the human experience. And them being able to see you there for them in that time of need, and they see you understand them and their pain. A lot of times we push people away. You don't get it. You don't know how I feel. You can't quite, there's no way you can understand. But when somebody does, and they're able to understand because of what they went through, and it was a similar, if not exact same experience, it's kind of a beautiful thing. So if you're going through something right now, I know you got it. You can get through it. You can definitely succeed. And when you do, you can look back and see how strong you were, how great of an experience it was for you. It's never easy. It's never nice dealing with some things that no one really should deal with. But part of the human experience is pain. And when we have pain, when we get through pain, we appreciate life a little bit more. That's something I thought of. I was able to kind of talk somebody through something that was bothering them, and me seeing somebody that was very close to me and me feeling nothing. I think there's a beauty in allowing ourselves to be in those situations and feel nothing, and knowing that we felt nothing when we were there, you know? And it kind of helps us to say, look, I have moved on completely. I have no ill feelings towards that person. I wish them the best. I hope them the best. And, you know, who am I to challenge God's forgiveness? And so it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to be able to share your experience with certain people, and sharing our experience not to have people feel sorry for us, but to truly just be there for them and help them feel heard the way we wish we had been able to be heard during our time of need. The Chronicles of Guero Fantasma. This one I really wanted to dive into this. I wrote this, and while I was writing it, I just thought it was such a profound thought. I wanted to share it with the world. So thank you for listening, people. And if you are going through something, look around you. There might be some people very, very close to you that have been through similar situations that can help. That, you know, maybe some of our close friends. And talking about it is definitely the way to go. Really helps you sort out your thoughts. Feelings are feelings. They come and go. But your thoughts help you really understand yourself and why you feel the way you feel, and understanding that some of those things are extremely temporary. It'll all pass. This too shall pass. And when it does, you'll be glad that you looked at it all with emotions aside and a clear head, and you're able to get through it. And you will. You will get through it. So thank you again for listening, people. This is the Chronicles of Guero Fantasma, another podcast for the books. And until next time, I love you all, and goodbye.
Described him as one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.